Chosen one. You are not here by accident. Heaven timed this moment with precision because your spirit is standing at the edge of a supernatural financial breakthrough. What you are about to receive is not motivation. It is revelation. It is alignment. It is the whisper of God saying, "This is your hour." Anointed one, the delay did not deny you, it prepared you. Even now, the realm of provision is opening, the wealth transfer assigned to your name is stirring. As Scripture says, the blessing of the Lord makes rich and adds no sorrow. Chosen one, step into this holy moment. Your unveiling begins now. Chosen one, you are arriving right on time. Not just into this message, but into a moment heaven has been shaping around you for years. I need you to breathe for a second because what is unfolding around your life right now is not ordinary. Something in the spiritual realm is opening. Something ancient, something appointed, something that was spoken over you long before you understood the weight of your own calling. And the reason you feel this pull in your chest, this stirring, this almost electric sensitivity in your spirit, is because you are standing at the edge of a prophetic unlocking. There is a word in this moment that is cracking open the places in you that once felt numb. You can feel it. It's like a code is breaking a seal, loosening, and suddenly the things you buried inside yourself, the dreams you dismissed, the visions you abandoned, the goals you shelved, because they felt too far away, they're resurfacing. Not as fantasies, not as wishful thinking, but as divine reminders. Heaven, yes. Heaven is bringing them back to your remembrance because the season you suffered for has finally matured into the season you are ready for. Chosen one. You know what silence feels like. You know what delayed answers feel like. You know what it's like to question yourself in the dark, to wonder if you misheard God, misread the signs, miscalculated your discernment. I know those nights too. I've lived those nights. I've laid awake with the weight of questions pressing against my ribs, wondering why the promise seemed louder than the evidence, why the dream felt clearer than the reality. You've been there stretched, drained, waiting for clarity that never seemed to come. But here's the truth that only hindsight reveals: heaven is never silent without purpose. Your stillness was not abandonment. Your waiting was not punishment. Your confusion was not failure. It was preparation, deep, strategic, divine preparation. And now, in this hour, the atmosphere around you is charged. The spiritual air is different. You can feel it in subtle ways, the way your intuition has sharpened, the way certain old desires suddenly feel empty, the way you've been craving alignment more than applause, clarity more than comfort, truth more than noise. These are not random shifts. These are signs that heaven is adjusting your frequency for what is coming, and what is coming is significant. Chosen one this Saturday carries weight. Not because of the date, but because of what heaven has assigned to it. This is not superstition. This is timing, divine timing. You are stepping into a window where something long hidden will begin to reveal itself. The blurry places will sharpen. The vague impressions will clarify. What lived in your spirit will begin to take shape in the natural. And I say this reverently, this is not something you have to chase. This is something that is coming toward you. But hear me, part of the reason it is finally arriving is because you have finally arrived. You're not the same version of yourself who once begged for answers. You're not the same person who questioned your worthiness every time things didn't work out. You've grown, you've endured, you've matured in ways you didn't even notice, and heaven took notice. You remained faithful when it was illogical. You stayed the course when no one applauded. You held on to promises in rooms where doubt was the loudest voice. You kept your heart soft when the world tried to harden it. You kept your hands clean when you had every opportunity to retaliate. You refuse to shrink into bitterness. That is why the delay did not break you. It refined you. There is a moment in divine timing, a snap, a click, a spiritual alignment, when everything you've carried internally begins to match what heaven has written externally. You are stepping into that alignment now, and if you listen closely, you can feel it, a calm that doesn't make sense, an anticipation without anxiety, a readiness in your bones that words don't fully explain. That is the sign. That calm, that knowing, that quiet internal shift. It means something is near. And chosen one. What is approaching you is not small. What is approaching you is not accidental. What is approaching you has your name etched into it. It is tailored, measured, and prepared specifically for your capacity, your character, your calling. This Saturday is not about spectacle. It is about recognition, your recognition. You will see something, sense something, or encounter something that confirms what your faith has been whispering all along. You were not wrong. You were not imagining it. You were not asking for too much. Heaven really was preparing something for you. And part of what makes this so sacred is that the shift won't be loud, it won't be chaotic, it won't be overwhelming. It will be clear, clean, exact, soft but undeniable. It might come through a message, a number, a person, an unexpected opportunity, or a quiet inner revelation, but it will be too precise to dismiss. This is destiny, not coincidence. And chosen one, as you receive this, let your heart remain still. You do not need to force, chase, or prove anything. You simply need to perceive. Because this moment, this opening, this divine rhythm, is not something you earn. It's something you step into. This is only the beginning. Chosen one. As you move deeper into this unfolding, you need to understand something sacred. Heaven has been aligning the details of your life with a precision you could not have orchestrated on your own. Every delay, every reroute, every closed door, every unexpected pause, they were all syncing you with the moment you are stepping into now. You have not been wandering, you have been guided, sometimes gently, sometimes painfully, but always purposefully. I want to speak to you plainly, as someone who has walked through silent seasons of confusion, as someone who has wrestled with God in the dark, while begging for just one sign that the promise was still alive. I know what it feels like when you look at your life and wonder, did I lose the timing? Did I miss my moment? Did I hear wrong? I've been there, heart pulled in a dozen directions, spirit, restless mind, exhausted, waiting for something to shift, but seeing nothing. But here is the revelation heaven teaches the chosen. You don't miss what was written for you, you grow into it. And that is what this Saturday represents, the moment you grow into the promise that has been pursuing you. It is not catching up to God. It is God revealing that you have caught up to yourself, the version heaven always knew you would become. Chosen one. Something has been changing within you, whether you realized it or not. Your desires have shifted. Your discernment has sharpened. Your tolerance for low vibration environments has collapsed. You find yourself outgrowing conversations, atmospheres, and even relationships without fully understanding why. That's because your spirit is aligning with a higher instruction. Heaven does not elevate your circumstances until it elevates your inner world first. You've probably noticed a strange quietness around your life recently. People acting differently, opportunities slowing down, your own interests changing. You might have even felt disconnected from things that once excited you. This is not depression. This is separation. Your spirit is detaching from what cannot go with you into the next realm of purpose. Elevation always begins with spiritual detachment. And this Saturday, something is going to meet you that requires that spiritual space. A sign, a message, a shift, a moment of clarity. Something only your spirit will recognize. It may not seem dramatic, but heaven doesn't always speak in thunder. Sometimes it speaks in precision, and this Saturday will hold that precision. Let me share something personal with you. There was a season when I begged God for change. I prayed for clarity. I cried out for signs. But all I received was silence. Silence so heavy I started to believe the dream had died. But then quietly, without warning, something shifted. Not outside of me, inside of me. A calm came, a knowing. A subtle but undeniable awareness that I had reached the moment heaven had been preparing me for. Things around me had not changed, but everything inside me had, and that inner shift was the beginning of everything. Chosen one, that is where you are right now. Heaven is aligning your internal compass so that when the external shift appears, you will recognize it instantly. You will not question it. You will not doubt it. You will know. Because spiritual breakthroughs always land in the spirit before they manifest in the natural. And this Saturday, something in the natural is going to catch up to what your spirit has already sensed. You may notice signs increasing around you, repeated numbers, sudden intuitive urges, dreams with clarity, a name resurfacing, a thought that won't leave you, a desire that suddenly intensifies. These are not coincidences. These are spiritual breadcrumbs leading you toward the confirmation heaven will reveal. But I want you to prepare for something deeper. Chosen one. This Saturday is not just about seeing something new. It is about becoming someone new, or rather becoming the version of yourself that heaven has been waiting for. For too long you questioned your worth. You downplayed your power. You second-guessed your intuition. You silenced your discernment to keep the peace. But heaven did not choose you for silence. It chose you for significance. There is a reason your spirit has felt stretched. A reason your heart has been restless. A reason your old life has felt too small for you. You are expanding. You are outgrowing your past. You are stepping into the territory of your purpose. This Saturday is not simply a moment. It is a threshold. And once you cross it, things will not feel the same again. Your eyes will change. Your discernment will sharpen. Your confidence will rise. You will no longer beg for signs because you will walk as the sign. Chosen one. You need to hear this. You have done enough in the dark. Now heaven is ready to bring you into the light. You have carried faith quietly. You have fought battles silently. You have endured storms privately. But now your reward is coming publicly, not for applause, but for activation. Because heaven does not elevate you to celebrate you. Heaven elevates you to position you. And that positioning begins this Saturday. You may feel nervous. You may feel uncertain. You may feel the weight of expectation pressing against your ribs. That is normal. That is human. But beneath that human emotion, your spirit knows. It recognizes what is coming. It knows what it feels like when destiny draws near. So I need you to guard your atmosphere, reduce distractions, tune your spirit. Let your heart be still and expectant. You are not waiting for something random. You are waiting for something written. And chosen one, it is already on its way. This is only the beginning of what heaven is about to reveal. Chosen one, as we step deeper into this unfolding revelation, I need you to understand the magnitude of the season you are entering. This isn't just another week, another moment of encouragement, or another hopeful whisper from the Spirit. This is a prophetic threshold, a divine hinge in your timeline where something in heaven and something inside you finally meet. Whether you feel ready or not, heaven has declared that you are. For so long you've lived in the in-between what God spoke and what you see, between who you were and who you are becoming, between the promise and the fulfillment. You've walked with destiny in your heart, but questions in your soul, and you've wondered if you were too early, too late, or simply out of rhythm with divine timing. But hear this clearly: heaven does not move according to your insecurity. Heaven moves according to its own schedule, and right now, that schedule is colliding with your readiness. This Saturday marks the arrival of that collision. You may not have words for what you've been feeling, but your spirit does. The restlessness, the heightened sensitivity, the desire for quiet, the need to pull back from noise, the sharpening of your discernment. These are spiritual contractions, signs that something is being birthed through you and around you. Not a small thing, not a temporary blessing, but a transformative shift that will define the next stage of your life. Many of you have felt trapped in a hallway with no open doors. Every attempt to move forward met resistance. Opportunities dissolved without warning. Relationships ended without closure. Your hope dimmed, your strength wavered, but something inside you refused to die. That remaining ember was not your strength. It was your assignment, insisting on surviving. Heaven has been protecting your calling, even when you didn't know how to protect yourself, and that protection showed up in ways that felt like loss, delays, endings, redirections, each one making room for this beginning. Now, chosen one, you're standing at the edge of what you once prayed for. I learned something in my own wilderness that I want to pass to you. Destiny often enters quietly. Heaven needs your spirit awake, not your emotions overwhelmed. The supernatural moves subtly before it moves suddenly. So don't underestimate the calm you feel. Don't dismiss the subtle shifts. Don't ignore the internal nudges. These are indicators that heaven is preparing to reveal something precise, something that carries clarity and direction. This Saturday is not about the external event, but the internal alignment. Heaven is using a moment to unlock a movement within you, a movement bigger than what you lost, stronger than what you feared, and more accurate than what you imagined. Many of you will feel as though scales fall from your eyes. Others will sense heaviness lifting. Some will experience clarity in places where confusion lived for years. Opportunities will appear that fit you perfectly. A door you overlooked will suddenly become obvious. And when it happens, you will know it instantly, not because someone tells you not, because it makes logical sense, but because your spirit will say, "This is what I've been waiting for." I want to speak to the part of you that is afraid to hope again, the part that has been disappointed, the part that doesn't want to be let down. Hear me, this moment is not a tease. This moment is a turning. You're not stepping into heartbreak. You're stepping into alignment. You're not moving into another cycle of almost. You're moving into fulfillment. The fulfillment won't explode into your life with loud miracles. It will appear with clarity, peace, and recognition. It will feel like a door tailored for you, a space that welcomes you, a moment that feels strangely familiar, even though you've never lived it before. That's what divine timing feels like, brand new, yet somehow home. Heaven has been expanding your capacity for months, maybe years. You've been stretched, refined, emptied, and purified. What felt like loss was preparation for increase. Heaven rebuilt you in silence so it could fill you in clarity, and this Saturday that infilling begins. Some of you will receive strategies for financial breakthrough. Others will experience healing with the version of yourself you abandoned. Some will encounter dreams or revelations that unlock long-awaited doors. And when it happens, the past will suddenly make sense, not in bitterness, but in wisdom, because elevation rewrites your relationship with your history. Chosen one. This Saturday is not a random moment on a calendar. It is a scheduled unveiling. Heaven is calling you to be attentive, spiritually soft, and expectant. Not desperate, not fearful, expectant. Because what is coming toward you has been searching for you, waiting for you, and recognizing you. And when it arrives, everything shifts. Mind. What you are approaching is not a moment you simply pass through, it is a moment that passes through you. It reshapes you, rewrites you, redefines you. This is not just an event heaven scheduled. This is an unveiling of identity, a reintroduction of who you were always meant to be. And I feel led to tell you something that may resonate deeply. Destiny is not something you chase. Destiny is something you align with. And right now, heaven is aligning you with what has always belonged to you. For years you have carried pieces of yourself that didn't seem to fit anywhere. Your sensitivity, your intuition, your discernment, your deep knowing that you were called for something more. You were told you were too much, too intense, too spiritual, too sensitive, too different. But the truth is, you were never too much. You were simply too prophetic for the environments you outgrew. Your spirit has always existed on a frequency that others could not understand. And because of that, isolation became your classroom. Disappointment became your teacher. Waiting became your wilderness. But all of it was forming a version of you that could carry the weight of what is coming. This Saturday marks the moment when the weight of your preparation meets the weight of your promise. Not in a dramatic explosion, not in chaotic noise, but in a holy click, a spiritual connection where something finally makes sense. You may not be able to explain it, but you will feel it. You will know it. You will recognize it. Heaven has been cultivating your readiness, and now the next chapter is being activated with precision. The alignment is internal before it becomes external. The shift begins inside of you before it manifests around you. And when it does, everything that felt scattered will begin to organize itself. Chosen one. Let me reveal something most people never understand. Divine timing is not random. It carries intelligence. It carries instruction. It carries sequence. It carries strategy. Heaven never releases something prematurely. It waits for who you are becoming to finally match the size of what you are meant to receive. And this is why your journey felt slow, why the blessings felt delayed, why the dreams seemed frozen in time. Heaven wasn't holding back the promise. Heaven was growing the person who would carry it. And chosen one, that person, is now emerging. You may not realize how much you've transformed. You've learned to choose peace instead of panic. You've learned to hear God in the silence instead of needing signs. You've learned to move with discernment instead of desperation. You've learned to stand alone without crumbling. You've learned to let go without losing yourself. And most importantly, you've learned to walk in faith when you can't see anything ahead. That growth wasn't small. That growth was monumental. That growth was heaven shaping you into someone trustworthy, spiritually mature, and capable of stewarding what is coming. This Saturday, the clarity you've been seeking will arrive in a way that makes you realize why every delay was necessary. Something will shift inside you first, a knowing, a recognition, a certainty, and then your outer world will follow. You may encounter a message, a confirmation, a number, a conversation, an unexpected opportunity, or even a sudden internal download that gives you an answer you've been praying for. And it will not feel accidental, it will feel exact, it will feel deliberate, it will feel like heaven saying, now you understand why you had to wait. But there is more. This Saturday will not only show you what is coming, it will show you who you are. Many of you have been living below your calling because you didn't fully see yourself. You saw your weaknesses, your wounds, your mistakes, your insecurities, but heaven saw your obedience, your purity, your resilience, your faithfulness. Heaven saw your heart when others only saw your struggle. And heaven has been preparing to reveal the version of you that has been forming in secret, the stronger you, the clearer you, the wiser you, the spiritually mature you. This is the version that will recognize and receive what is coming. Chosen one, expect your environment to subtly shift as the moment approaches. People may reach out suddenly. Old emotions may rise for resolution. New desires may awaken. Spiritual signs may intensify. Don't be alarmed. Don't be confused. These are indicators that divine timing is advancing. Heaven stirs the waters before parting them. When things feel unfamiliar, it means the familiar season is ending. You are stepping into your next assignment, your next identity, your next dimension. And when it happens, when the moment recognizes you, you will not have to force anything. It will come with a sense of welcome. It will feel natural, aligned, almost inevitable, as though heaven built a room with your name on it, and now it is inviting you inside. And once you enter, you will understand why you had to walk through everything you did. The betrayals, the loneliness, the endings, the silence, the confusion. Every one of those experiences carved you into someone who could carry what is arriving with integrity and wisdom. Chosen one. This Saturday is a spiritual synchronization. It is heaven placing you into the right place at the right moment with the right revelation. And once it happens, there is no going back. Not because you can't, but because your spirit won't allow you to shrink again. You are stepping into a life that fits, a calling that fits, a destiny that fits. And it begins with a moment that sees you as clearly as you will see it. Something is coming toward you, something that has been circling your life for years, and this Saturday it finds you. Chosen one, as we move into the next part of this unfolding journey, I need you to understand something sacred. There are moments in your life that don't just mark change, they command it. And you are standing in front of one of those moments right now. You can feel it in the way your breath slows, in the way your heart reacts to small things, in the way your intuition suddenly sharpens. You're not imagining it. That tightening in your spirit, that awareness, that sense of internal alertness, it's evidence that your soul is already a few steps ahead, and the rest of you is trying to catch up. This is what happens when a new season is about to open. The mind feels uncertain, but the spirit becomes strangely calm. Chosen one. There were seasons when you felt boxed in, trapped in a corner with no clear way forward. You looked at your life and saw repetition instead of progress. You felt like you were circling the same mountain, seeing the same walls, fighting the same battles. But what you didn't know at the time was that heaven wasn't building collapse. Heaven was building foundation. There are seasons when everything becomes silent, not because you are forgotten, but because something deep is being constructed inside you. That silence wasn't abandonment, it was restructuring. It was healing you from the patterns that used to trigger you, from the fears that used to chase you, from the attachments that used to drain you. It was teaching you how to stand, even when no light was immediately visible. The time you spent waiting was not punishment, it was preparation. It was heaven shaping you into someone who could carry what is coming without being crushed under the weight of it. Heaven does not place long-term blessings into fragile hands. And whether you realize it or not, you have been strengthened in ways that aren't always visible. You only learn how strong you are when strength becomes the only thing left to lean on. And now that strength has merged with grace, forming a foundation solid enough for your next dimension. I want to tell you something from my own life, something that mirrors what you may be feeling right now. There was a time when I believed I had fallen out of alignment, as though I had somehow slipped off the path God wanted for me. I watched others step into opportunities, platforms, relationships and breakthroughs while I remained still. I felt forsaken. But later, when the noise cleared, I realized something profound. What I thought was delay was actually protection. Doors didn't open because I wasn't equipped to sustain what was behind them. The timing wasn't off. I simply wasn't ready. From an earthly perspective, it looked like failure. From a heavenly perspective, it was preservation. I thought I was being overlooked, but heaven was shielding me until I could walk into the right doors without losing myself. Chosen one, you are in that same sacred moment now. And this Saturday, something inside you will begin to understand why the painful parts of your journey were necessary. The rejection protected you from entanglement. The silence protected you from distractions. The delay protected you from receiving something prematurely. And the loneliness, though heavy, protected you from connections that would have sabotaged your future. You were not being punished. You were being prepared. This Saturday carries a different kind of clarity. Not the kind that overwhelms you emotionally, but the kind that straightens your spine and strengthens your voice. It will reveal to you that you were never late. You were never behind. You were never forgotten. You were being aligned, refined, preserved, strengthened, and positioned. This is the moment where the seasons you labeled as nothing happening will be revealed as the seasons where everything important was happening beneath the surface. And chosen one. What you see this Saturday may be small, subtle, or quiet, but it will be significant. It may come through a message, a number, a conversation, a realization, an opportunity, or simply a powerful internal shift. But the true sign won't be in the external form. It will be in how your spirit reacts. You will feel a settling, a knowing, a peace that doesn't need validation. You will recognize it because you've grown enough to discern truth without theatrics. You have matured past needing fireworks to believe. You don't need loud confirmations anymore. You don't need the whole world to clap for you, because you, chosen one, are becoming the sign. You are becoming the confirmation. You are becoming the evidence of divine timing. And that is why this moment recognizes you. You no longer have to chase what was meant for you. It is now moving toward you. And when it finally connects, you won't need to force anything. You won't need to fight for a seat. You won't need to push open a door. What's arriving has already chosen you. It will feel like a doorway that has been waiting for years for the exact version of you who exists today. And on this Saturday, that door will open quietly, effortlessly, undeniably. Chosen one, as we continue deeper into this sacred unfolding, I want you to understand that what is happening around you right now is not random, not spontaneous, and certainly not accidental. It is intentional, it is calculated, it is spiritually engineered. You are stepping into a convergence point, a moment where preparation, identity, timing, and calling finally meet. You've been waiting for a shift, searching for a sign, hoping for confirmation, and heaven has been quietly building the stage for this very hour. Whether you fully grasp it or not, you are crossing into a divine alignment that has been in motion long before you had language for it. The truth is, chosen one. Some of the most important transitions in your life will not come with noise storms or dramatic fireworks. They will come with clarity. They will come with a sense of peace so strong it feels like a revelation in itself. They will come with a recognition that something in you has changed, something subtle yet irreversible. This Saturday, that is the kind of shift you are walking into, not all at once, not in a single explosion of breakthrough, but in a sacred unveiling that continues long after the day ends. Let me speak to the part of you that has been tired spiritually, mentally, emotionally tired. You've been carrying the weight of purpose even when you didn't feel like you were moving toward it. You've been standing in faith even when circumstances didn't budge. You've been believing quietly, praying quietly, hoping quietly, and while others thought nothing was happening, heaven saw everything. Every tear, every silent prayer, every moment you almost let go but didn't. Every time you fought off doubt with nothing but a whisper of faith. None of it was wasted. None of it was unseen. And now, heaven is responding. Chosen one. You must understand that the season you are entering requires a different version of you. Not the wounded you. Not the hesitant you. Not the you who questions your own discernment. But the you heaven has been shaping in the dark. The you that has learned how to hear God in silence. The you that has learned how to trust even without clarity. The you that has learned how to endure spiritual pressure without collapsing. The you that has learned to separate noise from truth. Heaven is not elevating who you used to be. Heaven is elevating who you have become. And part of stepping into this new season is understanding that not everything from your past can come with you. Not every relationship can follow. Not every mindset can remain. Not every version of you is fit for the next dimension. This is why you've been feeling emotionally detached from old patterns, old comforts, and old connections. Not because you stopped caring, but because heaven is pulling you beyond them. It's almost like your spirit is gently packing its bags without telling your mind. You feel the distance, the disinterest, the quiet withdrawal, and though you can't explain it, you know something inside of you is preparing for movement. This Saturday will activate that movement. Some of you will feel a divine prompting to release something. Others will feel a sudden urge to step into something. Some will receive instructions in dreams. Some will encounter a sign so precise it shakes the last bit of doubt out of your heart. And some will simply feel a breakthrough internally, a release of tension, a lifting of heaviness, a restoration of clarity. But all of you without exception will sense that heaven has shifted positions around your life. Let me speak prophetically to your spirit. This Saturday is not an ending. It is an unlocking. It is not the conclusion of your waiting, but the beginning of your unfolding. You are not stepping into a reward. You are stepping into a realm of clarity, a realm of instruction, a realm of recognition, a realm where your spirit will begin to operate at the frequency it was always meant to vibrate on. And once you enter this realm, you will not be able to return to the version of yourself that operated on survival. Survival ends here. Strategy begins. I've seen this happen in my own life, the shift from waiting to knowing, the shift from hoping to walking, the shift from confusion to clarity. There was a moment when everything in me felt unsettled, like my spirit was expanding in ways my mind couldn't understand. And then, in one quiet moment of prayer, something clicked. Not loudly, not dramatically. It felt like the atmosphere inside me rearranged itself. And from that moment on, I was no longer asking, when will it happen? I was saying, it has begun. That inner shift preceded every external breakthrough that followed. Heaven always shifts you internally before manifesting externally. Chosen one. You are about to experience that same internal reordering. What you have prayed for, what you have hoped for, what you have fought for it, is drawing near. But here is the part that only the spiritually mature understand. When destiny draws near, distractions intensify. Doubt whispers louder. Old fears resurface. Your mind tries to cling to old patterns even when your spirit is done with them. That tension you feel is not a sign of failure, it is a sign of transition. This is why heaven is calling you to remain still, spiritually sharp and emotionally grounded as Saturday approaches. Protect your focus. Guard your atmosphere. Quiet the noise. Do not engage in unnecessary conflict. Do not return to old patterns of worry. Do not allow your spirit to be polluted by fear. You are too close to be shaken, too aligned to be confused, too prepared to be delayed. You must also prepare yourself for the reality that what arrives on Saturday is not the full manifestation, it is the key. It is the signal. It is the first light before the sunrise. It is the whisper before the shout. Heaven rarely releases the promotion before releasing the instruction. And what you receive will carry direction, clarity, wisdom, and alignment. You will not just see something, you will understand something. You will not just feel something, you will know something. Chosen. 1. By the time this moment arrives, you will feel like a veil has lifted. You will be able to see your life, your purpose, your calling, and your next steps with a clarity you have never known before. And from that moment on, nothing, not fear, not doubt, not confusion, will be able to pull you back into old patterns. This Saturday is the beginning of a new walk, a new posture, a new dimension, a new assignment. Chosen one. As we move into this next dimension of the message, your spirit must understand something essential. Heaven has been preparing not just the moment for you, but you for the moment. It is one thing to wait for divine timing. It is another thing entirely to be shaped into a vessel that can carry what divine timing is about to deliver. And you, anointed one, have undergone a transformation that few people around you truly recognize. They saw the stillness, but not the stretching. They saw the silence, but not the sharpening. They saw the pause, but not the preparation. Heaven saw all of it, every tear, every prayer, every season where you kept moving, even when nothing seemed to move for you. This Saturday will confirm the separation that has already begun. You are not losing people, you are losing limits. You are not losing connections, you are losing contamination. You are not losing opportunities, you are losing distractions. Heaven is not subtracting from you. Heaven is clearing space for precision, because precision is necessary for this next season. You cannot afford misalignment, emotional entanglement, or spiritual confusion. What is coming requires focus, clarity, and presence. Heaven is selective, not because the promise is fragile, but because you are valuable. Chosen one. I feel this strongly for you. The next season of your life will not be built on striving. It will be built on recognition. When this moment arrives, you will not need to debate whether it is for you. You will not have to chase it. You will not have to fear losing it. It will speak to your spirit with a familiarity that cannot be faked. It will feel like something you have already known, already sensed, already carried in your soul long before it manifested. That is how divine alignment works. The outside begins to resemble what the inside has been preparing for. I've lived through such a moment before. There was a time when everything inside me felt unsettled, as though something immense was shifting beneath the surface. I could not explain it to anyone, not because I didn't want to, but because there were no words to describe the tectonic movement happening inside my spirit. I felt the pulling, the stretching, the awakening. And then, on a day that looked ordinary, something clicked. It wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic, but it was undeniable. It was as though heaven tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Look again." And from that moment on, nothing looked the same. Nothing felt the same. Nothing moved the same. My life didn't change instantly, I changed instantly, and everything else shifted to match me. Chosen one. The same thing is happening to you. Before this Saturday reveals anything around you, it will reveal something inside you. A knowing, a certainty, a spiritual boldness, a clarity you haven't felt in years. And once that clarity settles, heaven will begin aligning the external pieces. The doors you couldn't open before will open. The people who were meant to find you will appear. The instructions you were waiting for will come. The opportunities that felt distant will draw near. Because external alignment follows internal awakening. This is why heaven is calling you to quiet yourself in these hours leading up to the moment. The noise of the world is too loud for the subtlety of destiny. You cannot afford to drown out the whisper of divine instruction with the volume of distraction. Be intentional with your atmosphere. Protect your peace. Guard your energy. If something feels off, step away. If something agitates your spirit, release it. If someone speaks from fear, create distance. This season requires spiritual cleanliness, not perfection, but purity of focus. And hear me clearly, what comes this Saturday may not look like the promise in its full form, but it will be the seed of it. It will be the sign of it. It will be the doorway into it. Heaven rarely gives the entire blueprint at once. Heaven gives the next step, the next instruction, the next revelation enough to move forward without overwhelming you. You will not be confused. You will not be guessing. You will feel guided. You will feel magnetized. You will feel carried by something greater than yourself. Chosen one. By the time this moment reaches you, your spirit will already know it was meant to. And from that day forward, you will not walk the way you used to. You will not doubt the way you used to. You will not shrink the way you used to. You will not question the way you used to, because you will finally understand heaven was not preparing the blessing for you. Heaven was preparing you for the blessing, and now you are ready. Or chosen one. As we move into this next part of the message, your spirit must understand the weight of what you are stepping into. This is not merely a moment of encouragement. This is a moment of activation. Something in your life is about to shift from potential to expression, from waiting to walking, from sensing to seeing. And as this shift approaches, there is a sacred calm settling over you, not because nothing is happening, but because everything is aligning. You may have noticed that recently your desire for external noise has faded. You don't crave the validation you once did. You're not as attached to old circles, old dynamics, or old emotional patterns. You find yourself pausing before speaking, observing before reacting, thinking before engaging. This is not withdrawal, this is elevation. Your spirit is rising to a higher frequency, and the noise of your old world can no longer reach you. You are not disconnecting, you are ascending. Chosen, one heaven is preparing you to see yourself differently. Up until now, you've been identifying yourself through wounds, disappointments, and the echoes of your past. But this Saturday marks a shift where heaven begins to remind you of your true identity, the identity you carried before the heartbreak, before the betrayal, before the hard seasons shaped your self-perception. Heaven is not just restoring what you lost. Heaven is restoring who you were before you lost it. And that restoration comes with clarity. Clarity about your calling. Clarity about your power, clarity about your worth, clarity about the path that is opening in front of you. For too long, the enemy tried to confuse you with delays, distract you with emotional storms, and discourage you through patterns that kept repeating. But the time for confusion is over. The fog is lifting. And as it lifts, you will recognize something profound. The version of yourself that is emerging is the version heaven always saw. This Saturday will not overwhelm you with spectacle. It will awaken you with truth. Truth about where you're headed. Truth about what is meant for you. Truth about who you have become through the fire. And this truth will settle your spirit in a way no external validation ever could. You will begin to understand that the waiting was never punishment. It was refinement. You were not being delayed. You were being prepared. Some of you will feel this shift as a quiet, inner confidence, the kind that cannot be explained but cannot be shaken. Others will feel it as a deep breath your soul has been waiting years to release. And some will feel it as a sudden knowing, a revelation that clicks so clearly it dissolves years of doubt in a single moment. Whatever form it takes, it will confirm one thing: you are entering a season where heaven's timing and your readiness finally match. Chosen one. This is why heaven has been urging you to guard your peace. You cannot afford to let old fears interfere with new instructions. You cannot allow old voices to drown out divine whispers. You cannot let old versions of yourself linger when the new version is ready to rise. This is a season of spiritual precision, and you will feel heaven guiding your steps with an accuracy that defies human logic. And when the moment appears, when the sign, the message, the opportunity, or the revelation shows itself, you will not question it. Your spirit will recognize it instantly, not because it is loud, but because it is aligned, not because it is dramatic, but because it is yours, chosen. One heaven is not just bringing something to you. Heaven is revealing someone through you. That someone is you. Chosen one. The favor of heaven is flowing over you even now. The clarity you have sought, the doors you have prayed for, the provision that aligns with your destiny, all are converging in your spirit and on your path. You are standing in your exact kairos moment, the divinely appointed hour where the unseen aligns with the seen. Every step you have taken, every season of waiting, every moment of faithfulness has prepared you for this transfer. The movement of heaven is not delayed, and it cannot be stopped. It is already at work, orchestrating the exact encounters, resources, and confirmations you need to step fully into your assignment. Anointed One, receive the weight of this moment as a sacred release. Know that the breakthrough is not just a blessing, but a confirmation of your perseverance, your integrity, and your readiness to carry the purposes of God in the earth. Your presence, your obedience, your faith, and your willingness to remain aligned have magnetized the right people, opportunities, and divine strategies toward you. The atmosphere around your life is charged with supernatural acceleration, and the impact of this season will ripple far beyond what you can currently see. Walk forward with gratitude, confidence, and peace. Remain faithful to the rhythm of the anointing, sensitive to the whispers of your spirit, and expect the confirmations that will continue to unfold. Your eyes will see it, your spirit will feel it, and your life will testify to it. Share your gratitude, affirm your faith, and allow the flow of heaven to carry you into your next level. Chosen One, you are the answer. You are the blessing. You are the movement. Step into it fully.